PickAPart podcast, first podcast, 2025. I'm excited to announce we low-key got a hometown hero in his house, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? Low-key, it's part of Operation 53, season 3 out now. We have Tommy Thomas. So I know first, I want to know the entire backstory of your brand. Because the only thing that I know now is just like service level stuff from social media.
Yeah.
You feel me? Can you please tell me and go into like how the idea of just making your own protein and supplements, like how did it start?
Man, first, I appreciate having me on. It's an honor to be on PickAPart podcast. Operation 53. It's a blessing, man. It's a blessing to be here. But yeah, man, it's been a journey. I started about 4.5 years ago, and it actually started with a call with my buddy Jose.
Okay.
And we're just on a call. I'm walking around my house, and I'm like thinking about problems to solve. And I'm like, man, like let's make some supplements. Why not? And literally, we came up with the name on the spot. It was Flight Foods. And the next day, I went out to Publix. I started buying pretty much anything powdered on the shelves. I got powdered peanut butter, got some like banana bread mix, like no idea what I was doing. And man, we just started mixing up powders in my house. So it's been a humble beginning there. And
I can only imagine you guys just mixing stuff and tasting the flavors.
oh my gosh, man. Yeah, it was comedy. It was comedy. But it really started when I went up to college to Auburn.
Oh shoot.
And
You're
yeah,
out there. Oh
went
shoot.
to Auburn, and yeah, so I went for flight school actually. So I thought I wanted to become a pilot.
Flight Foods.
Flight Foods,
Wow.
exactly. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Wow. Okay.
So my dad's a pilot. I'm like, okay, I'll become a pilot too. So I go up to Auburn for flight school. But to be honest with you, man, this is always on my heart. Like entrepreneurship and health and fitness was always like kind of part of me. So I'm like, man, this is what I really want to do. So in the background, I ordered a bunch of like just random powders online, bulk ingredients. And I just started mixing up my dorm room, man, for 3 years straight. Dude, it was just out of love of the game, man. Just passion and just trying to pursue what I love. So, but yeah, man, like I would literally wake up every morning, mix a bunch of powders together, give it to my friends, see what they think, and then it was rinse and repeat.
So I heard you say you were thinking of solutions. So
Yeah.
is that more of a business mindset thinking of solutions or gym side thinking of solutions?
To be honest with you, it was more business. Like when I first started, I just wanted to make money, but obviously it's evolved to something bigger, and you can't just do something just to make money. At the end of the day, if you want to be successful, you got to do it because you love it. So I was very blessed to kind of find purpose as I went with my journey, and that's what keeps me going.
So from starting from 4 years ago,
Yeah.
did you have the picture of this idea of what it looks like now, or is it kind of just like a surprise in a way?
Oh man, I think it's a beautiful surprise. Honestly, it's just God's plan. Like I felt it put on my heart for a reason, and I just trust, God's gonna provide, and He's gonna equip you to, chase after the goals you want. So I just trusted Him, and I just kept going, But no, I have no idea what it would turn into.
Got it. Facts. Did you intertwine scripture with it in the beginning of the process, or did it come later?
Man, no, I didn't actually. So I started incorporating scripture. It was my junior year. So the first 2 years was very just like, I just want to come up with a powder. But my third year, I met this priest. He's this big bodybuilder priest. His name is Father Capo.
Big bodybuilder
Yeah.
priest. You know what? Big bodybuilder priest. Okay.
Yeah, so I was at this conference in St. Louis. It was called Seek.
I'm just thinking like,
Oh, dude.
Can please explain? Keep explaining.
We'll have to throw up a photo or something. But
Yeah.
So we're at this conference, and my buddy's like, yo, this priest is speaking. He's a bodybuilder too. I'm like, okay, that's cool. Because at the time, like I was into fitness, and I was into faith too, but I was definitely trying to find like where I fit in, you know what I mean? And I was like, bodybuilder priest, that sounds pretty fire, like right up my alley. So I went to hear him speak, and man, he lit a fire underneath me, to be honest with you. He really inspired me. His whole thing was like body, mind, spirit. and he was like, prayer is the best supplement of them all. And that's what stuck with me. So he inspires me to this day, and we're actually good friends now. But he's down in Miami. But yeah, shout out to Paul Acafo. He's one of the main inspirations. But yeah, that was kind of an example of just like, I didn't know I was going to run into him. I just trusted the process, and I got blessed. So,
how big is like prayer and of course your faith in general with the decision making that you have to make with your brand, even if it's just like simply choosing a place to go and share your supplements or just, you know, set up a tent and all that stuff? How important is that to you? Because I know a lot of entrepreneurs and businessmen sometimes just go off like whatever they're feeling or a trend that could be on social media. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Instead of like, all right, let me actually sit down or like, let me spend some time with God today, figure out what he actually wants from me first before I move on.
Oh, I think it's everything, because I figure like the closer I can get to him, then the better he can tell me what to do. Because I don't want it to be my will; it's his will ultimately. But yeah, man, like I'm really just trying to get closer. I mean, I'm far from perfect. Let's be real. We all are, yeah. But you know, the closer you can be, I think the better decisions you can make. And it may not benefit you right away, but I just have faith that down the line, maybe not even in this lifetime, but you know, somewhere down the road it'll pay dividends.
So you went to Auburn. I actually had no clue of that.
Really?
You went all 4 years, Auburn?
Yeah, I was there for 3.5.
Okay. Was that like the dream school, or was that just for the profession at the time, being a pilot?
Honestly, there are some pilot schools around here, but to become a pilot, I looked at that as like kind of like the place. And my dad was a pretty big influence on that too. He's like, hey, if you want to do it, you got to go all in. So I'm like, yes, sir. And I went up and I wasn't all in. Because the supplements, it was actually a funny thing because I dropped out of flight school eventually.
Was this at first? I was going to ask like, oh, I guess it seems and sounds like, I guess your dad's like a very stern person. It was like, this is how you're going to do things. You're like, yes, sir. But then you just said, I wasn't all in. So keep going.
Yeah, he's like a big component on, you know, if you're gonna do something, you got to do it to the best of your ability. Which is good. Yeah. He's not like very strict like that, but I'm like,
don't have.
Yes, sir. I'm going all in.
There you go.
Flying, yes, sir. And then I went and I dropped out of flight school my 3rd year, and I just got a business management degree, aviation management.
Yeah.
But to be honest with you, man, like, studying for the flights, I was terrible, man. I said I dropped out, but I was about to get kicked out just because I wasn't putting in the time to study for those flights. And if you're flying, you kind of have to be all in because you got people's lives in your hands.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, man, you know, this is really what I love to do. So we got one shot at this. I'm out pursuing the supplements full time.
Was it more like my heart's not in it, or it's like it's the best decision low key for everyone? Because like if I was not, you know what I'm trying to say. Like if I'm a pilot and I'm not, my whole heart's not in it. You know, it's not like, I guess, responsible.
Yeah, no, for
it's like,
sure.
Like that's making a responsible decision.
I would say it's best for everybody, and best for me. I would say it's a win-win around the board. What I mean? Because I'm trying to respect people. But yeah, looking back at it, it's easy to look at it like a big waste, but I'd say it's just character building, and
yeah, for sure.
That's just another time to trust the process. And
is there anything that you maybe have learned that you didn't think you would have actually, like, studying in that aviation process?
Oh man, I would say one of the biggest lessons I learned is because when you're flying, you got the instructor next to you, but he's not really saying anything to you. He's just kind of watching you make mistakes. And they might point a couple things at you, but really you're going to get it heard to you on the ground because he wants to kind of like see how you handle things. And that was a big lesson. It's like if you face turbulence, you gotta face it head on. There's no just pressing a button and walking out. You gotta find your way out of that situation. So that was a pretty valuable lesson. But yeah, man, it was like 3 years of flying, and
jeez, bro.
Yeah, a lot of time, a lot of money, and instead of looking at that as like, oh man,
Yeah.
I just use that as motivation. Like, okay, we really have to make it with this. But
yeah, I'm just thinking of flying in general. Because at first, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. It took me a little minute, like, because you know how people are scared of turbulence and whatnot sometimes.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know if I had a fear of flying. I think it was like the taking off part that would always get me, bro.
Yeah.
It's like as soon as you get up off the air, I'm gonna be real with you. This is like my full flight experience. You ready? Every single time.
All right,
This is me. This is before I got over the fear. We get on. Usually it's like a lot of black people take American Airlines. I don't know why. I just always grew up knowing that that's like the airline we're about to be on. I never knew why.
What about okay, no, that's crazy.
I never knew why. What were you about to say?
United? You fly United at all? Or?
I never like. I just knew it was either American or Southwest, bro.
Okay, my dad flies for Southwest.
I never questioned it ever. I just always saw it. So if it was like another airline, I'm skeptical. You know what I'm saying? But growing up, those are the airlines we're flying on. But still, I'm sitting. I always get the window so I could try to distract myself.
Okay.
If I'm not in the window seat, bro, it's bad. Because now I don't know what to look at. I don't know what to do. So, of course, it starts taking off. And then you feel it, picking up. So when it starts picking up, I can feel the wheels like come off the ground. That very moment, I'm praying. I'm like, God, if the plane just like goes down, just make it fast, please. I don't want to feel nothing. I don't know. I'm scared because I'm thinking of everything. Like it's just a metal rod in the air right now. It doesn't look like it's going fast. That's just me. But
no, it is a crazy thing.
Because that's what I'm thinking. 3 years of flying. I can't imagine that with the fear that I had. I got over it, but
Now you take a lot of flights now, or
all the time.
Yeah,
I actually well, of course, now during Operation 53 with Cliff, I'm here for the first three and a half months. Obviously, recording every day. The documentary that's on YouTube. But
let's go.
In the fall and sometimes the summer, my week could look like. Of course, I'm here on Sunday. If I'm here. Church. Monday, I'm probably planning for the week. Tuesday is when the flights are the cheapest. So that's when you start buying flights. Then Wednesday, I could be somewhere. I could be in Atlanta, North Carolina. It could be now New York, Boston. Where else? Vegas.
Wow.
Because like those are, to me, on Expedia, those are like the cheapest places to go, So go out there if there's like a sports event of some kind or just an event to record. Maybe something's going on that I could see or network, you know what I mean? I'm there.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be real with you. I didn't know that not buying a hotel is insane. Like going to airports that are 24 hours.
Yeah.
I'll just sleep in the airport.
Man, that's hustle right there.
I didn't know that it was considered crazy. Because in my head, I'm like, I had to save $200 and I'm editing the entire time I'm there.
Man.
So I'll just go back to the airport.
How many nights?
Every single night. I've only bought one.
That's insane.
I've only bought one or two like hotels in the past year.
Damn. Not even like a motel?
None, bro.
Oh my gosh.
So my most fun trip to me was when I went to Atlanta for 2 days. I went there, recorded, went back to the airport, edited, slept, went back on MARTA, another event to record. Then went to the second event to record. Then I actually stayed with my friend Jet. After that, I was gonna go home, but my friend that was on the Hawks at the time, media pass. So went straight to State Farm Arena.
Wow.
Shot the game. Right after that, back on the MARTA to the airport. Slept right in the morning, all the way to Duke. Next day in the morning. Get off, go to Duke, record. After that, hop over to UNC just to watch the game. Just to like be in the area.
Wow.
Go back to the airport, back to Tampa to record a UT game.
Man, hey, if you guys listen to this, you just gave like the hustlers. Like, if you want it bad enough, what is that? Leave on Tuesday.
Hey, man.
Don't get a hotel. That is like, what do you eat? What's the go-to?
It's like, first I bring something with me. So it's like, you can bring food in the airport. Thank God. So like, I'll just bring something with me, eat. on a plane probably. Get there, and usually the places that I go to either have like vouchers or something. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I see.
So if I'm going to State Farm Arena, sometimes they got food in the back of the media room for like the photographers and all that stuff. So they'll have food back there. After that, airplane, of course, the snacks. It might not be like a lot. Get off, Duke. I get vouchers there too.
Wow.
So it's just like I'll plan, statistically speaking, you know, or logically speaking, like, all right, I know this place will have something. So I'll just make sure to eat enough. And then I'll just drink water until next meal. And that is like kind of like a little bit of testimony.
Yeah.
Sometimes when I'm traveling, what I used to, I won't do this anymore, to be honest. I used to be broke, bro.
Yeah.
I remember I traveled one time in the negative.
Wow.
I was like, screw it. I'm already dead broke. I need to make something work. I can't just stay at home. You feel me? That was just my mentality. And so I was traveling. I was like negative 800.
Damn.
And so when I got back, though, I got out of it. As soon as I landed, I was back out of it. So I was just like, I don't know, man. It was just faith at the time, too.
Yeah, that's blind faith right there.
Because it was more of like I still need to shed my light on these trips. That's just what I felt like.
100%.
So I can't just go to these trips for me, trying to take stuff from people. If I can go on these trips and still inspire other people, when they find out, I was like, oh, this kid was dead broke, and he was still being nice to everyone, you know?
Man.
Yeah.
Man, that's so inspiring. I'm getting like chills from that. Like, man, no hotel. Hey, at least they got you with the vouchers, though.
And so to this day, I don't think I'm buying hotels, bro. I'm sorry. If I have to day travel, I'm gonna just do that.
Man, they're gonna have to start. Hey, if you guys listen to this, man, give my guy Naj a room, man.
Max, give me some endorsements.
He deserves it. He deserves it.
Shoot, had to for a minute, bro. Because like after UT, I only had one income. You feel me?
Yeah.
And that was just for like rent and stuff.
Wow.
So I was like, anything else, I just gotta figure it out. But I still want to travel to these places because I'm getting good information and whatnot. So how do you, like, when you're traveling, I guess for events, how do you go about your events? Like, do they find you or you find them? And
dang, yeah, he doesn't call the equipped, he equips the called for sure.
Amen.
But yeah, no hotels the entire time. That's some hardcore stuff,
still
man.
thinking about it.
Yeah, because actually, I remember the Arnold Expo is a big event up in Columbus, Ohio, and me and my boy, we decided to we loaded out his Jeep. We put all the powders in there.
That's what's up.
And we just drove up there. Yeah, we didn't have a hotel room or anything. And, we're just kind of going around hoping for the best. But, we tried to sleep in the hotel lobby one night. And he's like, nah, bro, it's a terrible idea. I'm like, nah. Trust me, bro. Trust me. They won't see us. And then we would wake up and the cops kicked us out. And then we'd try to go sleep in the car. And, the powders are up against our back. So we're trying to sleep like this. Upright.
Yeah.
And then we end up getting a motel. So for us right now, it's just kind of find the cheapest motel, or honestly, it's amazing Instagram now, trying to meet some friends in different cities.
For sure.
So if you can coordinate it like that, I think that's awesome. But yeah, definitely there's no excuses, I think. You'll find a way. Man, sleeping at the airport, though, I'm still thinking about that, man.
I was just doing it. And so when I would come back at the time to UT, and people are looking at me, they're like, "You're not tired?" And I'm like, "I'm not thinking about it. I'm stuff got to get done, and I have a dream to get to,
100%,
regardless of what obstacles in front of me, and I want it that bad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's not even really a sacrifice to you because you want that more than this. Yeah,
and so I just didn't know that it was abnormal. Because it was like A to B. It was like, oh, you can now go to an NBA game if you would like to go on the floor. Absolutely. No questions asked. I'm like, oh, but you can't get a hotel. And I still get to go on the floor. I've been dreaming of this since I was a kid. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
That's just how I was looking at it. I was like, that's perfectly fine. The tickets to Atlanta for me sometimes are $15. Of course I'm going.
Yeah.
I just got to sacrifice a night of sleeping on some airport chairs. Cool. Perfect.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
I think that's I can definitely relate to that mentality is whatever it takes, at any cost, let's make it happen. So if you want it bad enough, it will come true.
It'll happen. Even now, I think that's the funniest part with making the documentary.
Yeah.
Les Spellman, shout out to Les Spellman that we met at the Combine last year. I didn't know all of what Les Spellman did. He's a trainer out in LA.
Okay.
And so he tells Cliff, he's like, I watch every single one of your episodes, Operation 53. I absolutely love it. I'm watching them every week. Your production team is amazing. And Cliff gives me a look, bro. he looks at me. He's like, Nas, did you hear that? He's like, yeah, that's the team right there. And he just points to me. So I just thought it was funny, like, oh, shoot. People think that there's like multiple people on set or something like that.
It is so impressive. Like the sound guy, the video guy, the prop guy.
I'm carrying everything.
Also, I was going to ask you, because I posted or reposted your story, and then everyone's like, oh, Naj?
What?
And one of those guys was Nick Wolf.
Nick Wolf, yeah.
Yeah. I went to high school with him.
Okay.
But he said he met you at UT.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, it's cool, man. See,
that's wild. What the heck?
Yeah, it's like, yeah. For some reason, reposting your story, people are like, oh, Naj. I'm like,
that's weird to me.
Wow. Yeah, it's
cool, but weird.
Hey, the work. I mean. Yeah, the work does the advertising for you. You know what I mean? So
yeah, that's what's up. I don't even know how to feel about that. But shout out Nick. Thank you, bro.
Yeah, shout out to Nick.
That's crazy. Well, when you were like starting the company, was there any walls of fear at all that you maybe had to just battle through, or maybe it was just like in the back of your head,
Yeah, for sure. I would say there's a quote I really like. It says, "It's hard to wait around for something may never even happen, but it's even harder to stop when it's everything you want." And it's kind of like what we just talked about. It's like, man, I just don't know if it's going to happen. I think that's the biggest mental wall is like, man, work, no results. But, it's always faith that, something will connect on the line. Mm-hmm. So I don't think any work goes to waste. Even if you're like,
not at all.
Say you're like an MMA guy and you're training that whole training camp for the fight gets called off, but now you're like super well trained. So then next time you'll be ready. Mm-hmm. That's kind of how I look at it is like that training you do, maybe you shoot a bunch of clips or you do a bunch of editing and you lose the files. At least you still like got that
reps.
Training.
Yeah, got them reps.
I mean, it's definitely going to be hard on your mental, but I mean, like there's always a positive to it. And anytime someone doubts, that's just fuel. If people support you, it just fires you up. So I look at everything as just just fuel to keep going.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad you said that. Please tell me now the full detailed story of the artist that you met that you were telling me about.
Oh man, that was special to me. Shout out to Zonti. Zonti's the Christian rapper coming out of Tampa, and yeah, it was a pretty crazy thing. So one day I was just firing a bunch of DMs. People I look up to, people I love to give supplements to, kind of like my dream list. And one of them was Zonti. And I was like, yo, what's up, bro? Like, love your stuff. Would love to give you some supplements. And he's like, yeah, bro, I'm going to be in Orlando. Got this Orlando show. I'm like, bet, I'll be there. So I'm not really like a big concert guy, to be honest with you. But I drive over by myself. I like his music. And his story, like his lyrics are very like, it's for underdogs that believe they can become champions.
Okay.
So I'm like, oh, I really resonate with that. And I go to the show. I wasn't able to meet him. Oh. And I was bummed, but I met his assistants. And I think it was like his road manager and then maybe some kind of like activities guy. So I give him the stuff. And, I was contacting him on Instagram the next couple of weeks. And he responds. He's like, oh, thanks, bro. And I'm like, okay, bet. That's cool. He got it. But I was kind of like in the back of my head, I'm like, oh, damn, I just gave a bunch of things away for free. You know what I mean?
The business mindset. Like,
it's kind of like maybe I was a little selfish thinking about that. But for some reason, man, I would be driving around town in Tampa and I'd always envision him like on a street corner. And I run into him on a street corner. And lo and behold, I'm walking around with my guy, Kevin. We're passing out samples downtown, just randomly people on the streets, whoever we run into. And Zonti is on the street corner, bro. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, Zonti, what's up, bro? And we got the whole thing on camera. He had his camera guy, and he also had his assistant, Drew, that I saw when I went to the Orlando show.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no way, man. And dude, I had goosebumps. Like so many emotions running through my mind. And it was such a blessing to like meet him one-on-one, have a moment. We prayed together, gave him some samples, and it was such a blessing. Yeah. And it was stuff like that, whereas like if I saw him at the show, it would have been awesome. But I knew God had other plans. So when I saw him in person, it was like so much more special. And I knew something would happen like that. Like in the back of my head, I'd always visualize it. And I really think that like those frequencies, those vibrations you give out of like, I'm going to see this person. I'm going to see this person. And if you're crazy enough to believe it, you know, I think it will happen. So that was a blessing. And I'm going to send him out some more stuff pretty soon.
Yes, sir.
You know, but yeah, man, that was such a cool experience for me. And he also goes out to this Publix on Bayshore, and he would go out there and look at the skyline. And I would always go out to that same spot. He would go and look at the skyline because he was like, always go out there and believe, oh, I wonder what, you know, I could do in this city, or, you know, who can I inspire and bring up with me. And I go to that same spot, and I was able to share that with him.
Wow.
So, man, it was such a God moment for me.
Dang, bro. Sheesh.
Yeah, shout out to Zonti, man.
Yeah,
love you, bro.
Bro.
Yeah.
I'm like, dang. I'm just thinking. Did he remember you from the DMs and stuff?
Yeah. He's That's like, cool. Oh, bro, like I love this stuff. Like we're running out. Like I use it all the time. So I gave him like I think a cinnamon swirl protein and a citrus dreamsicle pre-workout. I'm like, say less, man. Like, give me your address. We'd love to send you some more.
That's what's up, bro. That's insane. Bro, congrats on that, first of all.
Man, I appreciate that.
That's insane. How long have you been listening to him?
I would say maybe a year and a half. And he's got I think he's got a new album coming out pretty soon. So yeah, I'll definitely be going to more shows like that. You know?
Sure. I know. I remember I discovered him from that song that he was doing on the music video. That was on top of the Publix.
Yeah, Hard Work Got First. He filmed it in that Publix parking lot.
That was the first thing I noticed was like, first of all, it's Publix, because I used to work at Publix.
Really?
But then
which one?
Out in Claremont. Out in Claremont.
Okay.
I don't even remember like the actual address. I just know it's on 50 of Claremont that you're supposed to say.
Okay.
but I saw that, but then I was like, wait a minute, that's around the corner. You know, I was like, so this is like a Tampa artist, and that is what in my, I guess, social media creative brain was like, location matters. Location matters 100%. Big time. Because from even knowing that, I was like, oh shoot, I'm gonna keep watching him because he's now a Tampa artist in my head. Yeah. You know? So I congrats on all the success. Zonti?
Yeah, Zonti.
I do not want to butcher his name. But yeah, like just knowing that there are other artists out there that obviously believe the same thing and have, you know, faith as the forefront of what is driving them in their creative process as well. It's 100%. Just cool to know that there's someone else out there making music that can actually help.
Oh, it's amazing.
You know, my day too.
Yeah, and the lyrics hit so hard. It's like, he was like, you guys got the formula. It's hard work, God first. And I'm like, man, let's keep going. And I really think there's a lot of entrepreneurs out there where whether they think it's faith or not, like you have to have some kind of faith to go through it. Like go through those nights at the airport. Like how is that on the airport? Like, I mean, it's got to be hard.
In what way?
Like sleeping wise, like.
I'm not trying to say like I've been in like bad predicaments or anything, but I used to go to Miami to my friend's crib, and they didn't have like a what's it called, like a guest room or whatever. I would be okay sleeping on the floor. I didn't really care. Like I'm probably gonna go to my past a lot, but I'm trying to think. So obviously the way that I'm like laying down at the airport, making sure I'm comfortable enough. But if I can get 5-6 hours and I'm straight, you know?
Yeah, no, I get that.
That's what I'm thinking. I'll probably sleep on the floor. Since it's 24 hours open, other people there are also sleeping as well. So you see a bunch of people laying on the floor or laying on the chairs. Or in like North Carolina's airport, Raleigh, they have places for people to actually just like lay down. It's like small couches. So you're not like on the floor in chairs. You know?
We need to bring those like hostels, you know, like they got in Europe, or like the pods they have in like Japan. We need some of those here for like.
Bro, I'd probably like after Operation 53, you probably won't see me for a month. If I definitely had the funds to just travel, that's my problem. Because sometimes I'll like take the risk. I'll gladly take risks because in my head I see it as like if I meet certain people, that's a connection for down the line.
100%.
Easily. And his eyes worked out so much. The more that obviously, your social media grows, the more eyes you can get on whatever product, brand, service. So it's just been working out. So I'm like, no one can really tell me not to take certain trips anymore.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, especially even if it doesn't make like direct sense. Like I spent $500 on this trip and I got 600 business. You might make 200 off it, but down the line, the lifetime value in those relationships, I think pay off. And some people just don't see that vision, but I mean, it's cool to talk to you. Like we kind of share that same vision where it's like, you just trust that, it's going to work out down the line. It doesn't have to be immediate.
Yeah. Prayer too. So that's a big thing
100%.
because I try to pray as much as I possibly can.
Yeah.
Usually on my drives, talking to God or just cause like I'll wake up and say if I leave the house without praying, I'll be in the car heavily convicted. Like you just skipped out on talking to God.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? I'm driving. I'm like, I'm just kind of raw dogging my day, low key. Can't do that. So I'll probably like let me pray with somebody or let me just like pray to God before I get out the car. Or obviously knowing that if I'm going on these trips, again, with the fear of like all the turbulence and flying.
Yeah.
If I die right now, there's only one place I'm going, God willing, I'm going. I'm pretty sure I'm going there. You feel me?
Yeah,
So, like,
for sure.
He's giving me this opportunity to go somewhere. The fact that I was even able to pay for a ticket, like I'm just being the steward of the money that he's giving me. So just fully understanding, like, to even have the freedom just to be like, all right, I'm gonna get up and go. So a lot of people can't do that. They're in 9 to 5, so they can't travel the same way that I do. So let me just like be grateful.
It is a blessing, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's something Zanti told me. He's like, all the success you can ever imagine is already yours. You just gotta go get it. He's like, it's all God's, and you already won with your faith. So just go claim it, go get it.
Yes,
what's stopping you? But at the same time, it's all His. So it's like
it literally is. That's what I was telling my friend Zay. You might know him, ZB Media.
Maybe
you definitely know him.
Okay.
Like so I was telling him that November of 2023, I just continued to tell him. I was like, bro, God already won. And at the time, he didn't know what I was talking about. So he just kept looking at me weird. He's like, why you keep saying that? And I was like, bro, like, God already won. It makes sense now. Like, the Bible's already a written book. It's already finished. Like, what is going to happen is to come. And what you can get, it's already there. Just like you said. You just got to go get it. And while you're getting it, you got to have faith. You might be put through some trials, tribulations, but it's all to continue to build you up for what He's made you for. And so it hit me.
Wow.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So it hit me in that moment. And I was like, I need to capitalize on every 24 hours that I have left before obviously we leave this earth. Because you never know when you're going to leave.
100%.
So it's like, why not maximize it? And that just doesn't mean go all out and like hard work. That means make sure you respect others. You continue to love others that are around you. Like all those petty arguments and things you get mad at really don't mean that much in the grand scheme of things. You're kind of just wasting time on those.
Yeah, true.
So that's how I took it. It's like, God already won, bro.
100%.
You need to be acting like it too.
Yeah.
So that's just the way that I took it.
Yeah, that's a beautiful thing. Like we really, and it's like even if like the hustle and like sleeping at airports or long days on the road, it's like we wanted this, so you know what I mean. It's like you're already living the dream just by going out there, and any chance you get. For example, like the Arnold going out there, I got to meet so many of my favorite people.
Yeah, who did you meet? I saw some pictures.
Oh, I met some cool people. I met like Jocko Willink.
Yeah.
Father Kappa was there. And dude, it's the funniest thing. Like, maybe it's not funny, it's just cool to see like all the top bodybuilders, like Urs, Mr. Olympia.
Yeah.
Dude, like they're like, Father, what's up? What's up? So it's so cool to see him inspire those bodybuilders in like the spiritual aspect. And I think Father will give him a run for their money too. He's pretty built. So
I gotta see a picture of this guy now.
Oh man. Yeah, he's a beast. But yeah, it was like through what were we talking about? Going out there.
Having faith, prayer.
Yeah. Blind
Flying.
faith. Yeah.
Dang, yeah, blind faith pretty much.
Yeah, but it's cool. It's cool.
Dang, you forgot the train of thought.
I forgot,
right,
man. I got
it'll come back. It'll come back.
Yeah,
it'll come back. Do you go to Miami a lot?
Not a lot,
Okay.
but father lives there, and there's a big like Gymshark event. I think it's the February 8th and 9th, so I'm gonna go down there for that.
Okay.
Try to get some content.
I'm trying to think. I got something on the 8th and 9th.
Oh damn.
Because I'm trying to get into more events and whatnot. How do you go about like finding events, I guess, that are in your niche to actually go and just like be there?
Yeah, I just look for wherever there's a bunch of people, and you know, sometimes buying a booth there is really expensive. For example, like at the Arnold, everyone had these nice booths laid out, and then me and my buddy Matt, shout out to Matt, we went around. We had like this big box, and we had like some pre-workout. We go up to people like tell them about the brand. We're like, yeah, man, we're just trying to get rid of this pre-workout real quick. We're just like hustling on the floor. And I mean, through that, just meeting so many cool people, supplement manufacturers, influencers, or just like, you know, everyday people. I just love fitness. So, but yeah, you can really make opportunities out anywhere. It doesn't have to be events like, you know.
Have you gotten into run clubs yet?
Oh, we did one run club, actually. Shout out to my boys, Max and Ben. We launched this product. It's called Projo. Okay. So it's this protein that you put in your coffee in the morning. That's and it sick, is dude. Fire. It is
That's
fire.
That's actually sick. What does it taste like? Do you have a specific flavors?
It's called Cupertino Mocha.
Wow.
So it's really a chocolate protein.
Okay.
And you put half a scoop in and you mix it up with your coffee. You get not only the benefits of the protein and caffeine, but the protein and caffeine are both extended when you combine them together. Like the caffeine high is gonna last longer.
It's like big brain stuff.
And the protein is also gonna make you feel full for longer.
Okay.
So it's like a power, you know, you got your Pro and you got your Joe.
Okay.
Pro protein, Joe's and cup of Joe.
Got it. I think I'm there.
Yeah.
I think I'm there. Obviously, I wouldn't understand the chemistry side of it, you know? I think I need a different breakdown.
Yeah, but it's awesome. It protects the integrity of black coffee.
Okay.
And then you also get, you know, it's like your creamer. It's pretty much like a protein creamer.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know how you do it, bro. How do you like, do you go through a lot of trial and error when you're trying to figure out like what's like either the next supplement, or how do you actually get something to taste, maybe not specifically taste, but just like the effect? Because obviously there's proteins out there that may have some like side effects that aren't the healthiest for, you know, but like how do,
for sure.
Yeah, like do you run into a lot of trial and error?
Yeah, definitely. Because there's a lot of proteins out there. I would say the number one problem is they add a bunch of gums in there. They have like gar gum. They have these weird fillers. So what we did was we removed all those and we added digestive enzymes in there, proteins and papain. So it's gonna help you absorb the protein better in your muscles. Sorry, my bad. Absorb the protein better in the muscles, and then you're also going to not face any digestive problems, no bloating, anything like that.
Okay, that's a big one, bro. I used to have proteins. I feel like I could feel this bottom of my stomach coming out. Like, oh man.
Man, trust me, I went through it all, you know, and my taste buds went through everything with the flavors. Like, I was coming up with some ridiculous things, man. And, you know, I'm the main taste tester. I'll give it to my buddies, but they're either coming back from the bars or it's like super early in the morning and they're like, all right, man, I'll try it.
Yeah.
But shout out to my friend Juan. Like, there was a moment where it was like every day freshman year, I'd wake up 6 a.m. I would go meet him halfway to the gym, give him a sample, and then we'd work out. And he was like a trooper, man. He was like the first guy. He's dedication. Like, you know what, man? I think you can make it. And he would try every single day. So it's special having like guys like him. But yeah, man, trial and error is definitely something.
That's crazy. How like, if you do have like, I guess, a thought on it, how important is it to even have friends that like simply let you know that they believe in you?
Oh, it's the world. Yeah. I mean, you're going to have people that support, and then maybe some people that could care less, you know? So if someone like buys into it, like a guy like Juan, he's willing to try it every single morning. Because otherwise, who else am I going to give it to? Like, it's literally just me and my thoughts. So, I mean, you know, and that goes down a whole rabbit hole. Like, that sounds depressing, but I mean, it's true, you know? Like,
I know what you mean. Don't worry.
So, like, have a guy like him, especially in the beginning, means the world. Because I would bring some people over to my dorm room. And back then, I was still trying to get my life together, too. So, it was a mess. Like,
you're doing a lot.
Yeah, you know, I got the beaker, I have the scale, a bunch of white powders, like, half of them are spilled.
Like a Breaking Bad scene.
I got some like weird mixtures over here. So, you know, a guy like him, it didn't really judge me. He's like, yeah, bro, you know, I'll be your tester. So,
man, were there any specific flavors that came out really, really, really bad, or flavors that came out super good, but maybe you just didn't want to like give it out yet?
Yeah, I would say a lot of the fruity flavors were pretty bad. You know, like those are pretty rough. But I would say chocolate was probably the best, you know, when I was experimenting in the dorm. Also, cinnamon was pretty good. But it wasn't until I started working with a manufacturer where they have like more professional flavor labs that, you know, it was so much easier from there.
Your cookies and cream right now is a hit.
Oh, man.
In the gym.
Appreciate
it's a hit. Everyone's just low-key feeding over some Fly Foods cookies and cream.
Let's go.
Do you have I wouldn't say end goal. Do you have like a specific person that you would like to get your stuff out to besides Zonti?
Okay, yeah, for sure. I would say actually the mayor of Miami.
Really?
Yeah,
oh, shit.
that's another reason why I wanted to go to Miami on February 8th and 9th. I think his name's Francis Suarez.
Okay.
And he's like a devout man. He's really into faith and fitness as well. I think he's good friends with Father Capo. And yeah, man, like he's really doing a great thing with the city. And I love what he's doing. He's, you know, putting on all these fitness events down in Miami. And I think it's awesome. So I would love to get some stuff in front of him.
That'd be what's up.
Yeah, that'd be cool to get Father and Mayor Francis out there.
I'm just this dude. I can't wait to see a pic. So I'm trying to think of a different question before I ask you the mandatory question.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure you know the mandatory question.
I think I might.
Yeah. I guess for the next, because Gasparilla's coming up. It is coming up.
It is coming up.
I guess for the next 3 to 4 months, do you have like your work cut out for you and like, this is what I'm going to make, this is what I'm going to do, this is who I'm going to give it to, at these places that I'm going to hit up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
for sure. You have like, I guess that in mind?
Yeah, I definitely have a plan in mind. Like I really want to expand and get like a warehouse just for the flight food stuff.
Bro.
So that's my main goal right now with, you know, these next 3-4 months is I really want to get to a point where I can set up shop there. But yeah, man, it's really in God's hands though, because I don't know what's going to happen. You know, a lot of things can throw you off, but that's the one thing I really want to get done in the next 3-4 months.
And then the scripture, is it Joshua 1:9?
Joshua 1:9, yeah.
Is that on all of them or is it different scriptures on each one?
That's on all of them right now.
Okay.
Yeah. Do not be afraid or discouraged, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go.
Yes, sir.
So that's on the new creatine. We're adding it to all the new products, but yeah, I mean, if you or anyone listening has any suggestions, though, I think we might start switching it up for.
Okay.
We got some new products coming out, you know.
Yes, sir.
So I can't say too much, but
yeah, we'll keep on DL. Keep on DL. Don't say too much.
But yeah, I'm excited. You got any plans for Gasparilla or?
I'm gonna be real with you. I'm not gonna say. I'm gonna just say this, guys. I don't drink to get drunk.
Yeah.
So of course it's not the most favorite holiday in my opinion for me. You know what I'm saying? But
for sure.
I was at the children's parade because it's right outside of where I live. So I was outside. I was just standing there looking at all the floats because I've never like fully participated in Gasparilla. You feel me? Because I went to UT, so I was over here.
Right.
So I already know what the campus looks like during Gasparilla, but I was just staying inside. I couldn't take, I guess, what I was looking at, and I'm not trying to like come for anyone like that. It's just not my environment.
Yeah.
But there's one time where I was actually dragged out to Gasparilla because I was with my friend group. I told them the day before, I was like, I don't think I'm gonna go. So I'm gonna just like catch up on some sleep. You feel me? 7:30 a.m. Dun, 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 dun. I'm like, nah. Dun, dun, dun. I hear the door. I said, hey, hold up, wait a minute. Like everyone should be gone by now. I should be, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's my friends. My friend Omi at the time. I think she's old. Yeah, she's older than me. But she came into the room already fully dressed. She is like shaking. She's like, wake up, Nas. We're not leaving you. So in my head, I'm like, should I just say I'm coming and then lock her back out? Right? I don't know. So I was like, fine. Like, because someone actually made the effort to like come and get me.
That's real.
You know
That's
what I'm
real.
saying? So I was like, I never forgot that. So we ended up going and we were walking on Bay Shore. I didn't even know it was Bay Shore at the time. We were just walking around, looking at all the different venues. And I think I ended up taking one of my friends back to the dorm. So she was pregnant at the time. So I just walked her all the way back. And that was my excuse to go back. I was just like done, bro. I was tired. Like, you know, everyone was lit. So I was just like, I'm tired too. I just kind of want to go make beats right now. So I just was like, I'm going to just take you back to the dorm. So I just walked my pregnant friend all the way back. But for this time around, I think obviously the athletes that don't know the area are probably just going to walk around like where, American Social, that harbor area.
Yeah.
All the boats. Probably just like people watch.
Okay, yeah. I feel that.
You?
That's funny. I didn't realize how similar we are because I don't really like drinking like that either. I think one year I went I and we're just throwing like water balloons and like eggs at boats. I think that was the one time I went out. I was like, screw it. And we just started throwing stuff at boats. And that's about it for me. But yeah,
if you do it again, bro, I'm down.
Okay,
I'm down.
Let's do it. But yeah, it's not really like my total scene. But now I look at it kind of like a content. Now I just see like I'll go out there to film some content.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not really trying to drink a lot and just kind of waste a day, right?
Yeah, I'm still debating.
It's not me, but
because you obviously know out here in Tampa, like I want to say different kinds of videographers, but to me, I feel like there's barriers because once you kind of cross over and start recording like party content, then a lot of people that do party stuff are gonna see you like that. I don't want to be seen like that.
I see.
That's just
I know
me,
what you mean, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want no one to hit me up like, you free to go to one of the places in Ybor tonight? And I'm like, no, please don't ever text me again. Like don't associate me with that stuff.
Yeah,
that's just how I feel.
Fair.
So I don't know. So for this time around, I'll probably go out to get some B-roll. So I have to. B-roll for the documentary that's every Monday or Tuesday night, 8 p.m. coming out on YouTube, Operation 53. You know what I'm saying? But
man, those videos are bangers too.
Appreciate it. I gotta edit after this. And because I have one more shoot. I got to shoot 4:15, and then I'm editing right after that. It's 8 o'clock.
Wow.
Moving, man.
That's the hustle right there.
Yeah, sure. You ready for your mandatory question?
All right, let's hear it. I feel like I know what's happening, but
I got to think of another one. How about this? Because I've been trying to figure out.
I'm not going to get it.
Huh? No, you are going to get it. You're going to get it. What I was going to say is I need like a list. I want a full list of mandatory questions. So at the end of these podcasts, eventually, just like rapid fire.
Oh, okay.
You know
I see.
So I'm going to ask you the question.
Okay.
You're going to give me a mandatory question for the rest of the podcast to come.
Okay.
That's a hard one, isn't it?
Okay. So that's the question to me right now.
So the first original mandatory question for this podcast is, if we're going to a cookout, it's an AI cookout. You feel me? You already know most of the people there.
Yeah.
It's,
facts.
it's Operation 53, Season 3, end of the year cookout before they go.
Okay.
You feel me? We're at Armature Works. But you got to bring a plate.
Okay.
What is Thomas bringing?
I'm not gonna lie. I'm probably gonna bring like some. Ooh, actually, I got a good answer.
Wait, what were you saying before? You gotta say what you saying before.
I was gonna say hot chicken,
All
but have you been to Conan's Barbecue? Ooh, they got some good barbecue.
All right.
It's out by the airport.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna bring like some good wings.
Okay.
And, like some hot wings.
Valid.
Yeah.
Very valid. Thomas is invited to the cookout. Now, do you have a question for the rest of the guests to come? And if you back on here, you got to answer it too.
Okay. I will say, who are you bringing to the cookout with you?
Ooh.
Or who's your +1 to the cookout?
Who is your +1 to the cookout, Thomas?
Oh man. Probably my friend Christian. I'll bring one of the boys.
Yeah, that's valid. That's valid. Bring one of the boys.
Yeah, but the Conan's like some hot wings.
Conan's,
yeah.
Conan's. K?
I think it's a C.
Conan's barbecue?
Yeah.
Conan's barbecue. All right, Conan. Give us some free.
I hope
free
it's
wings.
valid, yeah.
Bro, you said wings. I hope it's barbecue wings.
Yeah, it's yeah. I think they got like Alabama white. They got.
I've never heard these sauces. That definitely got to be tough.
Yeah.
What? All right.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I haven't had it in a minute, but
Let me think. I'm trying to think of like how to add on to that last question. You said, all right, if you're the +1 to the cookout. Yeah, that's a valid question.
okay.
I'm trying to think.
I feel like maybe there's like some cop out answers. Like
That's what I'm trying to think.
yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna get me. I just brought my second phone. They're gonna kill me.
Oh.
They're gonna kill me. But I'm telling them that we just finished.
And what's your go-to?
For food?
Yeah.
So I'll give you the full rundown.
All right.
Cause like I got the question because I'll be real with you. It's like one of the funniest questions to ask white people.
Yeah.
Because I had a friend one time, like real life. This wasn't on the podcast. And so someone was like, I'll bring my famous potato salad. What do you put in the potato salad? And they go down a list of ingredients, and the third is like raisins. Like, you're not coming. You know, it's just like stuff like that.